stars from all around the world, welcome to Musical People and Journeys, the new album rock show. Welcome to my wonderful panel, to Trish, to Ian, to Simon, to William, and to Chris Cully. Welcome, everybody.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So we are reviewing 8 brand new albums this month, and they're going to be split into 8 different episodes. Just to give you guys a rundown, so you can be so excited about what's to come after the show. Today's show is Unleash the Archers with their album Phantoma. Then we've got Blood Dawn with Let the Fury Rise, Weatherfall with Sounds of the Forgotten, POD and Veritas, One Step Closer is All You Embrace, Say Anything is Committed, Gothminster, Pandemonium, The Battle of the Underworld, and finally finishing off we will be reviewing Pain and I Am. But today I will unleash my mighty panel, my mighty rock reviewers, on Unleash the Archers and their album Phantoma? Is it Phantoma?
Phantoma.
And we're going to give them a rating, and we will rate them out of 5, and where will they end up in our Hall of Fame, if they do get to a Hall of Fame, etc., etc. We will rate them out of 5. We reveal our scores at the end. Unleash the Archers is a Canadian power metal band from British Columbia. The band plays a fusion of power metal, melodic death metal, and traditional heavy metal. Unleash the Archers was formed in late 2007 by vocalist Brittany Hayes. I had to really read that when I first read it. Brittany Spears? No. Hayes, a.k.a. Brittany Slays. And drummer Scott Buchanan, with former member Braden on guitar, with whom Scott had previously played with an independent death metal project. Former member Mike Sellerman was brought on after he departed from Canadian death metal band Meat Locker 7. The position of bass player was unfulfilled for the first few months of Unleash the Archer's career until Zach Hedstrom joined in 2007 to complete the lineup. In late 2008, the band recorded a self-titled 4-song demo which featured 2 songs they would end up re-recording for their first studio album. So without further ado, it's only fair that that the Unleash the Archers is headed up by an amazing rock chick called Brittany, and we have our own rock chick that I shall unleash. I shall unleash her upon thou,
I'm unleashed.
Phantoma. Tell us, Trish, what did you think of Unleash the Archers?
I mean, as soon as this album started, it was power metal back in full throttle with its futuristic concept. Well, that's how it came across to me. This album has blazing guitars, beating drums, and a great lead female vocalist telling us the story. It's packed with endless riffs and choruses galore. I loved Buried in the Code, Give It Up, or Give It All, and Ghost and Mist. All bangers, but just missed that little edge for me to make it super special for me to want to play it again and again.
Well, somebody, and I liked Ian to that review, because do we want Ian playing again and again? There's the question. That's what's up for debate here, but it's not up for debate. Unleash the Archers is. Ian, Unleash the Archers. Did you want to string your longbow and fire yourself into the chasm of power metal?
The chasm or chasm? That's the question.
Chasm, mate. Canadian,
Who
we say
knows?
chasm. Canadians say chasm. I heard.
Okay, chasm. Okay, all right. So I was a bit confused. Phantoma, pH 4 is quite an alkaline acid level. NTO is no testing objection or no technical objection, and MA is a it's a regime of it was just in my head now. Oh, the joys of being this age. It's great. Chemotherapy regime. That's what it is. So I was really confused. It's not Phantoma. It's pH 4 NTO MA, and it's like, oh, I don't know. So make of that as you will. I don't know, but that's what it actually says. The album itself was a little bit too heavy for me. Gonna be honest, a little bit too heavy. He says, desperately trying to find his notes. There he is. Very solid vocals though. really solid vocals. The double bass drum pedaling, I don't get. Yeah, I get it in like one or two songs, but when it's like the majority of the album really going for it, it's just like, it's just so distracting. And obviously the heaviness was just too much. There was nothing really stand out on the album in terms of tracks. Although one thing I did like from it was it had a very 80s feel most of the time to it. But we get a lot of that. So again, that didn't stand out as anything great for me. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great for me, to be honest.
Okay, now, somebody who's sort of similar, really, he's good, but not great, or is he? Let's find out, because we know that this chap is a massive Unleash the Archers fan. He got very excited. It's Simon, of course. Simon! Big, long-time fan of Unleash the Archers. Got super excited. Oh, wait, they were on the shortlist. Live up to expectations?
Yeah, so Unleash the Archers, I absolutely love this band. They're one of my all-time favourite bands. I adore Abyss and Apex, the previous albums. They're some of my favourite albums all time. Unleash the Archers were my number one most listened to band in 2023. I love what they do so much. I just adore this band. So I have come into this with some bias. But this album, the guitars, the drums, the vocals, this it's like 80s but futuristic style that they've created on this. I absolutely love this album. Ghost in the Mist is an amazing track. I find it very hard to be subjective with this because I just love the band so much.
I'm almost feeling emotional for you. Do you know what I mean? I just want to kind of give you a cuddle at the minute,
In his Taylor Swift t-shirt.
In his Taylor Swift t-shirt. That's the only thing that's stopping me. Otherwise,
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely love this album. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I can't really say much more because I can't be critical of it because I really enjoyed it. I really loved it. The only thing I want to say is that I would love for Unleash the Archers to come and play in the UK because they are playing one date, which is in Bloodstock, and I can't make it. And I want them to come play in the UK. I need them to come play. I need them in my life. But yeah, apart from that, I love the album, and there we go. That's me.
Cool. William, I know you are also. If I could shoot two arrows from the same bow, it would be you and Simon. What do you think? Did this tick all your boxes?
I mean, yeah, not to completely echo all the words that my darling Simon has said. I feel a very similar vein to Unleash the Archers. I've loved them for a long time, and also cannot be quite so much. It's easily, in my opinion, the best album I've listened to this month. It's just got such a cool sound. It's not just it's just power metal. It's got power metal, that cool futuristic-y elements to it. It's got some horrible, brutal, death metal-y screams in it, especially in Ghost in the Mist, as Simon said before. Fantastic song. Also, that album cover I think is really cool. I love it. Gets you in the zone, ready for what you're going to be getting into. But I really like this. This is a lovely, lovely listening experience, this album.
Oh, now then, we've hit the mark here with possibly 2 bullseye shots in a row there after a little bit kind of off the mark there. Now, are we going to go? Is there going to be a third one in the red? Is it Chris?
Well, see, now this is the thing. I like metal, I like rock, but as we know, because I've said it quite a few times, I don't like it when bands go screamer. I do, however, like it when Unleash the Archers go screamer, because this was really good for me. I don't know whether it's just because I'm, whether we're in the right month for me to listen to this sort of music, but it was just brilliant. I really like this. I think there's the fact that it goes so screamo in a couple of occasions is a bit of a problem for me, but other than that, it's a really good album. It's got everything that you expect from good, chuggy, deep metal rock album. And I think, as the guys have said, there's a follow-up song to Omen. A second, I'm just going to find it in the list. Ghost in the Mist and Seeing Vengeance, both together, are a brilliant combination of songs towards the end of the album that just kind of, we're going through the whole storyline. There's a futuristic storyline about the robots having taken over and then the humans fighting back. But those two together, that combination really works for me, and I just really enjoyed it. So I'm going to have to dig into the back catalogue for Unleash the Archers and see what else they've done.
Yeah. So look, Unleash the Archers, it should tick every single one of my boxes. It's had some great melodies, a solid power metal. My favourite tracks was actually none of the ones you mentioned. It was Green and Glass I loved, and the PH4 NTOMA, which I didn't know what it meant, so thank you very much, Ian, for explaining that. Those two tracks were standout for me. But Growlo, industrial counter, satanic goddamn singing just kind of takes the edge off. I know!
Oh, it's too angry for me. No.
It wasn't even angry.
No, in fairness,
it wasn't even. I didn't think it was that angry kind of singing. It was just. It's trying to almost counter singing to the beautiful tones and melodies and trying to set that. And I understand it. They tried to do it for storytelling kind of purposes, particularly in this sort of genre. But it just turns me off. I just I don't really want to listen to that. It's crap. But there wasn't a huge amount of it, but there was just enough for me not to make it what I would been, for me, probably one of the best power metal albums of the year so far. But it just took the edge off. And of course, when we're reviewing this, we're reviewing it for our listening pleasure, and we're giving marks of it for our listening pleasure. And so for me, that just took the edge off what it was. And some of the tracks are absolutely outstanding. Yeah, Ghost in the Mist and that sort of stuff. But for me personally, that Growlo industrial counter singing doesn't float my boat. It switches me off on it, and I end up potentially skipping some tracks. And that for me is the entirety of an album, and the pleasure of listening to that album just turns off a little bit. So, so far to date, we have reviewed 378 albums on the show, and this year. We have reviewed it'll be 76 albums that we've done so far this year. So we know our top 10 automatically make it into our album of the year, and then we have wildcards. And the score of 4 or above gets people into our Hall of Fame. Simon, I'm just going to pick up on your score because I
tried to edit it.
Right.
So I don't know if the edit came through, because I know what you're going to say, because the score isn't what you think it is. I did try to edit it, and I don't know if it came through.
No, you got a 4.5, right? And I'm expecting a 5. So
yeah, I clicked the wrong one. It should be a 5. I did try, like I said, I did try to edit it.
Okay. Well, the way that we do our votes, because of previous votes, I always drop off the bottom vote of the song, which was yours, Ian. You give this an average of 2.5. It wasn't kind of your boat, obviously, but distinctly average on that score as well.
Yeah. So.
But other than that, so the good news is Unleash the Archers has hit our Hall of Fame. It's got a 4.1 average score. It's 43rd. Oh, it's in our top 50 of all time, and it's in our Hall of Fame. It is currently in. It'll be our 6th top album of the year so far. So currently, potentially, has the chance of getting into our Hall of Fame. But that's what it is. Congratulations to Unleash the Archers. Cracking album. Absolutely fantastic. Good score in our Hall of Fame. Can't argue with that. It's up there. Fingers crossed, hopefully for you guys, it will get into that. So those scores kind of balance that out, I think, in terms of that one. So, congratulations, brilliant album. Thank you very much. Check out the album then for Phantoma. If you love your power metal, you're not going to go wrong with that as well. So, thank you very much. Sorry, Trish, you're going to say something.
Hang on. What do they need to do?
Well, they need to like and subscribe, don't they? And
That is correct.
actually, when you watch the video, our new intro with our Musical Pepper logo also now says those words: like and subscribe, and thank you for listening. There we go. I've upgraded our intro. Thank you very much. How about that? Well, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you very much to my wonderful panel, to Ian, to you, Simon, to William, to Trish, and to Chris. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.